Hey, what is up, YouTube? Andrew Rooney here. I'm a full-time drummer and drum teacher here in Auckland, New Zealand. We are back with a request. This one is from Hawk Lee. Hey, Andrew, this is Simon Phillips, 1985. Just unleashes on a huge kit. I think they let him out of the asylum with the orange overalls. Oh, orange overalls. I might have seen this clip, 1985. This rings a bell. If it's the one I'm thinking of, I haven't seen it for a long, long time. Let's check it out. He looks so young here. I mean, I always think, by the way, I have seen this video, but it was a long time ago. From memory, I thought it was on like a Zildjian Day or a Drummer's Day Out, Modern Drummer Fest. But it just says here, Simon Phillips, Drum Clinic Solo, Dallas, 1985. So maybe it was just a one-off clinic. I'm not sure. He looks so young. I think of him now as fairly recently, the drummer in Toto, one of my favorite bands. Oh man, this is good stuff. Ambidextrous. check out, this might not be such an obvious thing to a lot of people, but check out how low the hi-hats are here to his left. Now, Simon is, I think, always or mostly an open-handed player. Open-handed being you ride or you play the left hand. Normally we play crossed over. Right hand goes around the kit and plays basically all the riding surfaces. Simon plays open like this, and that means that he can have his hi-hats nice and low, and he can play nice, relaxed, open-handed grooves without crossing over. If you played crossed over with your hi-hats that low, you either wouldn't be able to reach them or you'd be constantly clicking sticks back and forth. Has to be a Billy Cobham fan. Has to be. I don't know a heck of a lot about Simon Phillips, other than he was in one of my favorite groups of all time, Toto. Check out my interview with Steve Picaro from Toto. I'll drop a link in the description. Open-handed, the way he's playing ambidextrous around the kit has to be a huge Billy Cobham influence. I'm getting a little bit of Keith Moon here as well. A little bit of the Moon madness. Just smooth, linear flow around the kit. Great hand speed, great control, great use of dynamics, tension and release, creating drama in a solo. Let's keep it going. Down there. There he is, riding on that left. Yeah, man. Hawkley, thank you so much for this request. So many interesting things here. I mean, this was just it was just a drum solo, wasn't it? Obviously, no other music. So it's what we would call an open solo. The floor is yours. There's no time other than the time that you dictate or the time that you set. There's no barriers. There's nothing sort of holding you. There's no vamp that unless you set up a vamp for yourself on the drums. It's just an open floor to play drums and to make music and to make art. Really interesting there. When he went into that shuffle part, I didn't catch the timestamp of when that shuffle part kicked in. Again, brought the dynamic down, and he started this new ostinato with the double kick, and he started playing the shuffle groove. And then not only crescendoing, making what he's playing louder, also just speeding up, accelerando. Now, we often think of good drummers as people who are metronomic, who play exactly in time and can just nail this and nail that. And if they're going to speed up, it's either a metric modulation or they've gone into double time. It's some kind of mathematical increase in the tempo, right? This is just an accelerando. This is just speed up. Really, really interesting. This reminds me that there really are no rules. There really are no rules as to what makes a great solo or what makes a great drummer. It's very, very hard to put rules on that stuff, if you know what I mean. Hopefully that makes sense, because he's kind of breaking some rules there. Although this is more organic, sort of a piece of art, open drum solo, as opposed to playing a song. Anyway, note the dynamics. This is one thing that drummers always miss, and I very, very rarely see it. It is so effective when you take the dynamics down that far. There are points in that solo where he was whisper quiet. Now, you mentioned Hawkley. You mentioned, I think they let him out of the asylum with the orange overalls. And I guess implying that he's playing pretty crazy too, playing pretty off the chain. And he was. At times, he was bashing the drums, hitting real hard, hitting real fast. Don't underestimate the power of contrast. Black, white, shading in between. Starting slow, starting quiet. What did I do? What we cannot help but do when someone takes it down and goes that quiet, we lean in, we listen a bit harder. Oh, he's created some interest. What's he going to do? You know, where is he going to take this? Then you've got these classic jazz solo techniques: repetition, establishing a motif, repeating it, developing it, and then when you've got the ability and the chops, the musicality of someone like Simon Phillips, you just take it into the stratosphere. So really, really cool. And even though it was 6 minutes, I mean, how many times did he go down and basically restart a new idea? Another rule broken where we could sometimes think that a solo's got to be like a linear line of drums that we don't want to stop, and this idea flows into this one and this one flows into that one. When you watch a lot of the great drummers, they're not afraid to stop. They will stop and they'll start a new tempo, or they will start a new idea, sometimes cold. And I myself forget about that. It's a real reminder. I mean, this solo we're almost 40 years old at this point. This is 1985. This is a real reminder to me that there are no rules. You know what? If you've got a solo and you've said what you want to say, going this way, and you're done, you've said your piece, there's nothing wrong with stopping. Even if it's for like a second, reset, and we start a new motif and we start going a different way, and we start telling a different story. Or we say what we want this way, and we've said it, take it right down, whisper quiet, everyone leans in. Oh, what's he going to talk about now? This is just such a conversational approach. Also interesting for me that within 6 minutes, which is a relatively long drum solo, right? It's hard to keep people's attention for 6 minutes to playing a drum solo. It's hard to keep people's attention for 10-second drum solo, let alone 6 minutes. So you know you're dealing with someone who's pretty masterful. Is the amount of ideas and just the amount of vocab, the amount of influence and things that you can draw on. It was interesting to note there, I didn't see any felts on those cymbals, and you could see the cymbals swinging really freely, right? You know, you're normally used to seeing the cymbal because it's got felts on both sides of the cymbal. It'll swing a bit and then pretty quickly go back to level. These are really swinging loose. So it's a really open, organic style that he's got. But yeah, my big takeaways from this one: do not be afraid to break rules in drumming. Use dynamics. There is no loud if there is no quiet. You have to have that contrast. Nobody wants to hear a 6-minute drum solo of just someone smashing a triple F for 6 minutes. It's just like, well, this is this is a bit much. You need something. You need some respite. It'd be like having a real deep, emotional, tearful kind of part in a movie that just went on and on and on and on and just goes on, right? Similarly, in a comedy, you know, instead of just laughs the whole way, sometimes they will take an emotional beat just to break it up, just to give you a break from however you're feeling and whatever's happening in the film. And then, you know, do something hilarious after that. So it's all about tension and release. It's about, without sounding cliche like I'm a reality TV host, it's about taking you on a journey, giving you an experience, possibly showing you things on drums that you never thought about. And that's exactly what Simon Phillips has done for me in this solo. If you have a direct reaction request like Hawk Lee did on this one, the only way I can guarantee those requests at the moment is via the PayPal link. Other than that, you are more than welcome to hit that subscribe button, like button, and leave a comment with what you thought of this video and perhaps what you would like me to check out next. If you would like other ways to support the channel, I do have a Patreon. It's just $5 a month and you will get access to the blocked videos. Remember, you as a subscriber of my channel get access to a full and free 30-day trial over at Drumeo. Go check it out. You can learn from the world's best drummers, including Simon Phillips. Now let's have a look. I've typed in Simon Phillips into the search bar of Drumeo. We have got performances, Nyanga, moments of fortune. These are hard to pronounce. Undevinginti. We've got quick tips, breaks down his Simon Phillips breaking down his biggest drum part. The Simon Phillips approach to amazing drum sounds. Come on. We have got song transcriptions. We've got, again, performances, Space Boogie, Dave's Gone Skiing with Toto, The Pump with Jeff Beck, Judas Priest, Dissident Aggressor, the advantages of open-handed drumming. How to courses, guys, come on. How to develop your double bass shuffle, which he played in that solo. Breaking down I Will Remember You by Toto. How to approach odd time drumming. How to actually improve your rock drumming. Elevate your drum sound. Guys, go and check it out. Free. Hit my link in the description of the video. Go and do one of Simon's courses. Leave some feedback. Tell him I sent you. Man, I really, really dug that one. Old school drum solos. You cannot beat them. Until next time, take care. Keep chopping wood. Ciao.